Live from Kakariko Village. Broadcast throughout the Retroverse, transmitted to the real world via a maze of wires connecting a Super Nintendo to a Wii, to a Wi-Fi network, and finally to the internet. The Techno Funk Boy presents the Retro Zoo Super Show. Now here are your hosts, Kai and Steven.
Well, greetings everyone. Welcome to the Retro Zoo Super Show. I am your host, Kai. I am produced today, as always, by Drum. Drum, how are you doing?
I am functioning normally.
Good to hear, Drum. I am flying solo today. And so our buddy Steven, who is normally with us, is not with us.
He has the runs.
Okay, Drum, you didn't need to say that. You didn't need to say that on the air.
I was instructed to explain why he is missing.
Okay, but it suffices to just say that Steven is ill, that he definitely wishes that he could be here today, but he cannot because of illness. And that's really all the specificity that we necessarily need to have for this. But we are going to carry on. We are going to carry on without him. And we have a fantastic show lined up for you.
It's not too late to cancel.
We don't need to cancel the show, Drum.
I just wanted to let you know that we can run a best of.
There's no best of. This is like the 5th episode. We can't go into reruns in the first month that we're uploading. There's no best of. This is going to be fine. And in fact, we have a really, really good episode lined up. I'm really excited about what's going on today. 2 big things. First of all, we are debuting a new song from Techno Funk Boy. It is called Roots Digital. It is actually a parody, which is the first time that we've done something like this. It's a parody of a classic Rancid song called Roots Radical. And so we're going to be playing that right after the break. And so please do stay tuned for that. But and this is the big news, so before the break, we are going to have an interview with a sitting U.S. senator who has introduced some legislation regarding video games that I think that we're going to be very interested in. And so I'm very much looking forward to this. This is, when we start the show, we wanted to kind of grow to the point where we would be doing these kind of cutting edge and important interviews. And so I even though Steven's not here, I know he wishes that he could be a part of this, but we will persevere without him. Move forward with this. I think you'll be really interested in what's going on here. So before we get to that, though, we do have a little bit of news. Looks like a squadron of airships from Baron has made its way over to Mysidia today. Elders of Mysidia have reported and taken the crystal that is housed there. A spokesman for the King of Baron has issued a statement, and they're saying that this is a ridiculous charge and that the ships were actually on a routine training mission in the area when one of the ships had to make an emergency landing near the city. Once repairs were completed, they left peaceably away with no crystal in tow. The statement goes on to state that it was merely a coincidence that several of the citizens of the city happened to trip over their robes near the landing site and were badly bruised in their fall, probably due to all the rocky ground in the area. Baron also noted that they are concerned about the town of Mist, as they believe that there's a gas leak in the middle of the town that might just randomly explode, possibly at any moment. So that's a good public service warning from Baron. They're always very concerned about what goes on in the kingdoms surrounding them. So good stuff. All right. Well, Drum, is the senator called yet?
No.
Okay, so this is normally the time of the show where Steven and I would have a little bit of banter. I didn't actually prepare to do that. Drum, do you want to banter?
Negative.
Okay, Drum, so how has your week been? Are you playing any interesting games?
I do not play video games.
Do you want to hear about the video games I've been playing?
I have no discernible emotions of my own.
Oh, okay. Has he called yet?
Negative.
Okay. Why are you playing the ending theme?
It is clear that you are not prepared for today's episode.
I am very prepared for today's episode, but I prepared for a phone call and to release this new song. I don't... shut it off! Turn it off! Okay. Drum, we're not ending the episode yet, okay? We're going to get through this just because Steven's out. We're going to be fine.
Okay.
That sounded sarcastic.
I am incapable of sarcasm.
I don't believe you. I know Steven's been writing subroutines for you.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Okay. All right. Oh, look, the phone's ringing.
Yes, would you like me to answer that?
No, forget it. I'll get it. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Is this Senator Wiley?
Why, yes, it is.
Senator Wiley, it is so good of you to have joined us today. This is Kai. You are live on the air.
Well, no, the pleasure's all mine, and I appreciate that you have brought me on the show today to discuss these very important matters.
Okay, so just for our audience, because our broadcast does go worldwide, first through the Retroverse, but then through the real world. I want you to tell us who you are, for those of you who are unaware of you, and kind of give us a little bit of background.
Well, that's no problem at all. My name is Jonathan Wiley. I am a senator in the United States Senate. I've had the pleasure of serving my constituents for many years now, and I'm really concerned about the kind of the moral upbringing of our children. And I think that's probably just about the most important matter that I can, as a senator, explore. And so that is one thing that I'm very concerned with, and I have made a hallmark of my stay in the Senate. I want that to be my legacy, that I have been so concerned about the upbringing of our children. They are, after all, our future.
Well, that's definitely true and kind of cliche, but true nonetheless. I invited you on today to discuss, in particular, a certain bill, because this is a show regarding video games, and so some legislation has come up.
That's right.
In the Senate. This is a bill that you have co-authored.
That is correct.
And it has a direct concern over those of us who do play video games or enjoy video games on occasion. And so I really appreciate you coming on to discuss this bill with me. So to kind of catch people up, tell us a little bit about the background to this and what exactly we're trying to accomplish.
Well, yeah, I'd be happy to, and I thank you. So the problem that I'm seeing is I mean, the history of video games is just rife with violence and adult themes, and this in a genre that is supposed to be mostly marketed to children, and so my concern there is really to make sure that parents and our communities are aware of the contents of these games that are so often so violent and filled with adult images and degrading to women and that sort of thing. I'm seeing even when I get on my Facebook page, I think they call it, to interact with my constituents, I am seeing just the oddest ads and for video games. All of these are for video games, and everyone they follow a very set formula. It's always women that are clad in very tight white dresses, and they are inevitably commanding some medieval army. And first of all, this makes zero sense.
Yeah, actually, I think I probably have seen those very ads.
It's very odd. It's like if I am a progressive man. I have no issue with a shapely blonde female commanding an army, but she should be doing so in proper attire, and those dresses do not seem to provide any support in the way of protection or camouflage or anything like that. It seems unwise, and so I keep seeing these, and I must ask myself, it's like, where are we? What are we targeting here? What are we targeting that we have these women, and of course these ads are just filled with sexual imagery and violence, and that's what we're really going after in the video games, and this is throughout the history of video games.
Okay, Senator, but I mean, do you see that trend increasing over time? Is this like and I hear what you're saying. I've seen some of these same ads, and we have had over the years much criticism of the way women are portrayed in video games, and also the violent elements of video games. Do you see that trend now increasing? Is that why now is the time to step in with this bill?
No, not at all. I think that this violence and this disregard for human life has been in video games from the very beginning. I take Super Mario Brothers itself.
Wait, Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah, the level of violence, in that game is astonishing. I mean, think about how many deaths they depict.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the deaths are like, monsters and stuff.
No, not all of them.
Like, I mean, no, what do you mean?
No, I'm talking about members, citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom being killed by Mario himself.
Wait, you're saying that Mario in Super Mario Brothers 1 for the NES?
That's right.
A Super Mario Brothers 1 for the NES has Mario killing citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom.
I take it from your tone of voice that you did not know about this.
What? No. What? I mean, he stomps on the Goombas, he stomps on the Koopas, and that sort of thing. But but citizens of the kingdom?
Okay. Do you have your instruction manual with you?
I guess I could look it up. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
This is not good radio.
Drum, I'm looking this up. Hold on. Okay, all right. I got it up.
All right, then I want you to turn to page 2 of the manual and read it to me.
Okay, object of the game. One day, the kingdom of the peaceful mushroom people was invaded by Koopa, a tribe of turtles famous for their black magic. The quiet, peace-loving mushroom people were turned into mere stones, bricks. Bricks?
And that's what I'm talking about right there. We have all the elements in this game. We have the black magic, turning people into bricks, and then our so-called hero comes through, and what does he do?
Oh, goodness. Oh, that's a little dark.
That's right. He destroys those very bricks. You see, this has been, from the beginning, the dark arts has been a part of this gaming system from the very beginning. And it's time that we did something about it. I wholeheartedly believe that this bill is going to aid us in protecting the young eyes away from this sort of murderous rampage that people like Mario are on.
Okay, I mean, all right, and just to kind of catch people up, if you haven't read the bill yet, what it's trying to set up is like a monitoring system where a government agency can actually like keep tabs on how much you're playing a video game and possibly when it should be cut off.
And that's right. And we need to step in at this point in order to protect the children.
Okay, you keep saying that, but it sounds like censorship to me.
Okay, I just have one question for you, Kai.
Okay.
Do you vote?
Well, I'm not actually a citizen, so I'm eligible to vote.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Now, let me ask you this. If I were to help you with that citizenship issue, which party would you more likely vote for?
Wait, what?
Never mind. Look, these video games are corrupting our children, and you know it, and I know it. This is our main goal. This is the whole point of my career is the protection of the children. It just because, some foreigner with a radio station doesn't like it that much doesn't mean that I'm not going to do my best to protect the most innocent amongst us. Okay.
That's not what I'm saying, and it's not totally appropriate just to call me some foreigner.
Look, I'm not big on the political correct terms. You can call yourself whatever you want to. But if you get in the way of me and my mission to protect the good people of the US of A, then I'm afraid that, I might have to oppose you.
What does that even mean?
Well, let's not find out, shall we?
Wait. Are you somehow threatening me?
Well, I'm not sure exactly how someone like you got a broadcaster's license.
Well, we're on the internet. I don't need a broadcaster's license.
Well, just wait till next session. We're going to have a bill addressing that as well.
Okay, look. There's no reason for threats here. I invited you on.
And I appreciate it. I want to get to the bill itself.
All right. So, okay, that's a great idea. So tell us a little bit about the bill.
Yeah, what this bill does is it sets up a system by which that I can monitor the use of smartphones, of computers, of console gaming, of televisions, and of tablets. I'll be able to turn off your game when I think they've gone too far, and replace them with educational material and ads from the ad council about how that I am right on many things, and that you should listen to me.
Okay, but my question here really is, isn't this the job of parents?
Oh, absolutely not.
What do you mean? No, what do you mean? No. I mean, this is exactly what parents should be doing, is monitoring what their kids are watching and playing, and set limits for it.
No, we can't. Obviously, we can't trust parents to do that.
Well, why not?
The problem is the video games. And today's parents all grew up on video games. And this is before the government had a chance to stop them from harming themselves and to do damage to their own cognitive abilities. And so we have a generation of parents who are incapable of raising their children properly. And that is why government needs to step in. Because government is perfectly able to parent much better than any parent could do.
Okay, no, I don't know. This seems like it's just going too far. I mean, isn't this a part of freedom? I mean, isn't this a part of what America's all about? Is that we are free to make bad choices, that we're free to play a game that maybe we shouldn't be playing, and maybe we're free to maybe play a game too long, or watch something too long, or to not do that at all, but go fishing or hunting or whatever. Isn't that freedom? If we're not free to make mistakes, and if we're not free to guide our children in the way that we believe is right, then how are we free at all?
I see. I would say that this is obviously a problem. I have a question for you, Kai. Are your papers in order?
Papers?
Right, your work visa. You did say that you were a foreigner, right?
Yeah.
So it would be perfectly okay for a government official to come by and check those.
Guy, there is a black van that is pulling up outside the studio.
They're delivering something, right?
It does not appear so. Sensors read 4 ninjas inside.
Ninjas? You're sending ninjas?
I didn't say I was sending anybody, but I was just saying if the government were to send some ninjas your way, that'd be okay, right?
Wait, Drum?
I have lost track of the ninjas.
Okay, Drum, the door's locked, right?
That will do little to discourage a ninja.
I'm fully aware of what a ninja can do, okay?
Kai, with the sort of voice that you have, I would love to have your support for this sort of bill. And that way we can spread the message farther that we do need to monitor what our kids are doing, that we do need to think about the future generation, that we can help them become better, that we can help them to achieve a greatness that we were not able to achieve. And Kai, I'd like to have your support on that. Will you support me? Kai, will you support me?
Okay, there's some rattling. There's some rattling on the door.
There is definitely rattling at the door, also at the window behind you.
Ah! Okay, all right. Yeah, this bill is very good. We support it wholeheartedly. We definitely believe that that we should monitor your kids and your cell phones and be able to force you to watch government propaganda at a whim.
I knew I could count on you. You're a sensible type, and I will work my hardest to help you with that citizenship problem, depending, of course, on what party you're more likely to vote for once you become a citizen.
Okay, I'll consider that.
Guy, the black van is driving away.
That's good. We're going to take a break.
It is not time for a break.
It is time for a break, and we're going to take one, and we will be back. We'll be back after a while.
He comes in the night, seemingly out of nowhere, a blur of yellow whose only mission is justice. His name is already legend, but the reality doesn't quite line up with the myth, and we're about to find out exactly how wrong we've been about him. He is the Yellow Canary. The Yellow Canary is a comedic thriller by Paul Lytle about a would-be superhero who may just be crazy enough to make a difference. The Yellow Canary by Paul Lytle, available from Amazon in print and on Kindle. Check for the link in the show notes.
Hey Drum, did you know that the Techno Funk Boy isn't just a group of podcast hosts that live inside a Super Nintendo?
Really?
That's right, we're also a band.
Tell me more.
We're a retro gaming inspired band that plays covers of classic video game themes, original game music, and other music in the style of classic games.
That sounds great.
Yeah, and you can find our first full-length album on iTunes, Amazon, and CD Baby. It's called The Final Fantasy Mixes, and it's an EDM tribute to some of Uematsu's best musical themes. Check the episode notes for links or go to Techno Funk Boy to learn more.
Techno Funk Boy sounds like the greatest band that has ever existed.
I programmed him to say that.
I'm back.
Took the Chocobo out the Mushroom Kingdom again, and he was out there, he was looking for me. All the old wonders and the shopkeepers are out on the corners of Briconery. I got the notion, you know I hit the potions, you know I don't remember too much of that trip. Something struck me loopy when we ran out of rupees. Where do you go now when you're only level 3? With the rhythm getting bloopy and the repetitions looping, it speaks to me. And it goes, give them the food, the roots are digital. Give them the food, you know it's original. Give them the food, the roots, the MIDI on my Nintendo. Soundtrack was slamming, Uematsu's organ jamming, but enemies get stronger when we cross the bridge. Nothing in common, but the battle theme was thumping, and none of us were too well equipped. It's just a lever as I picked up an ether. Please, Mr. Belmont, we need someone strong. Cool Steely Samus was an armored warrior. My pixel vision saw nothing wrong. With the rhythm getting blurry and the repetitions looping, it speaks to me. And it goes, give them the food, the roots are digital. Give them the food, you know it's original. Give them the food, the roots, the MIDI on my Nintendo. On my Nintendo. Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Yeah! Took a chocobo at the Mushroom Kingdom. Ganon, he was out there, he was looking for me. All the old wanderers and the shopkeepers are out on the corner of Raccoon Ray. Soundtrack was slamming, who were marches all get jamming, but enemies get stronger when we cross the bridge. Cool Steely Samus was an armored warrior. My pixel vision saw nothing wrong with the rhythm getting bloopy and the repetitions looping. It speaks to me, and it goes. Give them the food, the roots are digital. Give them the food, you know it's original. Give them the food, the roots, the MIDI on my Nintendo. Give them the food, the roots are digital. Give them the food, you know it's original. Give them the food, the roots, the MIDI on my Nintendo, yeah! Okay, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back with us. So, like we said before, that is a new song of ours. It is a parody of Rancid's great punk classic, Roots Radical, one of my favorite of their songs. And I am actually a huge Rancid fan. And so it was a lot of fun working on that song and getting that all arranged and produced. So the name of the track is Roots Digital. It is going to be available for free on our website. If you just go to technofunkboy.com/Roots Digital, then you will find that track there. To get it free, what you're going to do is sign up for our newsletter. Now, with the newsletter, you can unsubscribe at any time and keep the song. But I think that once you start getting the newsletter, you're actually going to find it to be pretty fun. We're very much focused on making it entertaining and fun for everybody. And so we do hope that you will take a look, that you will subscribe. You download that song. Any future song, free download songs that we have available will be available to our subscribers. And so please do get the newsletter there. technofunkboy.com/Roots Digital. Now, on to our drum. Why are you playing that song?
It is clear that you are upset over the last segment, and so I thought that we would end the show early.
We're not going to end the show early, okay? We've made a commitment. We've made a commitment that we are going to put out a quality show. And even though I'm by myself and there are, possible ninjas outside, we're going to do that. The topic for today is related to the second song that we heard in the break, which was a track from the original Mortal Kombat game on the SNES. That is the version that I played first, and I got to tell you, I put quite a bit of time into that particular one. So for those of you who were not in the video gaming community back then, and what we're talking about is 1993. This game, while it looks fairly tame today, really did spark a fire back in 93 for its violence, and that it's just not something that we saw a lot of. So it was possibly the first game that was going to get both an SNES and Genesis release. If I may be mistaken then, but this was pretty early back in that time when most of this stuff was exclusive due to the restrictions of the Nintendo contract that they had with their developers. But this was such a big release that it did get ported from the arcade version over to SNES and to Genesis, and the announcement that was going to happen really sparked a fire. And it's really hard to explain how much talk there was about that at the time. When the arcade came out, there was a lot of talk about it, and while the reasons might not be as obvious today, they were very obvious then, where the stylized blood splatter by itself was way more than we were used to seeing. And then you had the fatalities, which was really kind of a new concept that took the violence over the top and really started making decapitations, and you could if you did an uppercut at like a certain scene at a certain place, you could have a spike catch the guy's skull and like rip his entire spine out, and it's that sort of thing that really freaks some people out. And so when it was announced that it was going to be ported over to the SNES and Genesis, there was some outrage, and that outrage brought about some changes in the game. So most famously, the SNES version changed the blood splatter, changed the color of it to gray, and so that it looked like a sweat splatter. And that seemed to satisfy quite a bit of people. This is on the SNES side, at least, this was pre video game ratings, and so like there wasn't a mature rating warning. So this game was available alongside of all the other ones, but that the fact that they changed the color of that really did seem to kind of sate people. Now you could still rip off the spine out of people. That was still a thing, but the blood had been toned down a lot, just as an indication of like how much the outrage was. Even the Genesis version got toned down, and there was a code that you could put in that would allow you to play the full bloody version, but the regular version kind of really toned down those elements too. And this was the system that marketed itself as being on the edge, as being for an older crowd than the Nintendo. That Nintendo was for children, but Genesis was for cool, preteens and teens and that sort of thing. And so the fact that even the Genesis, pulled back on the violence a little bit should give an indication of exactly how bad the violence really was.
We have a call on line 1.
Drum, I'm in the middle of talking about Mortal Kombat. why don't you just put them on hold?
Well, you're kind of bombing, so I thought I would help.
I'm not bombing. I'm talking about Mortal Kombat.
Would you like to answer the call on line 1?
Okay. All right. Who is it?
It is a caller.
I know that. Caller, hey, this you're on the air with Kai. How are you doing today?
Hey, Kai, I'm doing fine.
All right, who am I speaking with?
Yes, this is Paul Idle.
Oh, hey, Paul. So for the people who are not connecting the names, Paul is one of our advertisers. He is advertising a novel that he wrote called The Yellow Canary, and you can hear the commercials for it during our break. And so, yeah, Paul, it's great to hear from you. I think your commercial is sounding great, and we appreciate the support.
I guess it sounds fine.
Okay, you haven't heard it? That's fine. What can we do for you?
Yeah. All right. So I was told, and I haven't listened to it yet, but so you can confirm or deny it. That I was told that in the last episode you volunteered me to go teach some old guy how to use a Super Nintendo controller.
Yeah, that was Steven. I told him not to.
Okay, is Steven there?
No.
He has the run.
He's sick.
Okay, Kai. I don't know if you understand how the relationship works between an advertiser and the show.
I know it doesn't work that way.
Well, you say that, but you're still telling like old dudes on the program that I'm going to come over to their house and teach them how to use a Super Nintendo controller properly.
It made more sense when we were saying it on the show, and kind of in hindsight that it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Okay, Kai. I pay you money, and so that you advertise my product on the show. That's as kind of as far as our relationship goes. You don't have to involve me in whatever it is y'all do. You don't have to, send. You don't have to send callers my way unless they're coming to buy the book. You don't have to send them my way, so that they're calling me all night. And
wait, they're calling you?
Yeah, they're calling me.
Okay, we did not give them your phone number.
Well, he said that you did.
Okay, we definitely did not give out your phone number, and in fact we hung up on the guy.
Yeah, he mentioned that when he called me at midnight. It said the Retro Zoo Super Show told me to call, that you were going to teach me how to use a Super Nintendo controller, and then they hung up on me.
Okay, part of that is true. The part about us telling him to call, that's not true.
How did he get my number?
I don't know.
How did he get my number, Kai?
I in all seriousness, I don't know.
Kai, how did he get my number?
I don't know.
You told him to call me.
No, we told him. But Steven told him, not me. Steven told him that maybe you could help him.
I still not. I'm still not sure how he got my number. And did you tell him to call me at midnight?
No, no. We didn't tell him to call at all. We didn't. That, Paul. Seriously, I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. We did not tell him to call.
Okay, because this is the kind of thing that if it gets out, that could really hurt my image. You know, if I come across as just like a jerk, that, you know, like I don't want to help old dudes, then that's not good. That's not good for my career.
I'm well aware of that, and that I honestly I thought that when you calling while we're on the air, that you wouldn't be so forceful with this, because I do understand the image thing.
Wait, we're on the air?
Yeah. I mean, you called the station line and while we're on the air.
Kai, I don't know when you're on the air. I don't listen to your stupid show.
It's not. Okay, Paul, yeah, we're on the air.
Okay, yeah, Kai, I'm sorry I didn't get back to that guy you sent me. It's been so busy here, helping so many people out with their problems.
It's a live show. We can't edit out what you said before.
Oh, you mean before I had my coffee? Who knows what I say before I have my coffee? You know what I mean, Kai?
Yeah.
Well, it's a blast talking with you, Kai. I really do appreciate all you do, and do keep sending people my way. I'm a big fan of the show, Kai. I'm a big fan. I listen every day.
The show comes out once a week.
I listen to it 7 times, though. 7 times. That's how much I like the show. That's how much I'm dedicated. We appreciate you, Kai. Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Okay, Paul. Thanks for calling. And yeah, we'll work on what we say in the future.
I appreciate it, man. Take care.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I know I surprised Drum, but I think I surprised myself a little bit too, that we were able to make it through the entire episode.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
What's going on, Drum?
This is Steven.
What?
This is Steven. I am using Drum to transmit a message.
Okay, well, I mean, I knew Steven was kind of tinkering with Drum a bit, but okay, what's going on?
I have not been sick. Instead, I was reinstated to my former position in the armed forces and sent on a top secret mission. If you are hearing this, then I have not returned at the pre-designated time. I need you to follow careful instructions in order to come rescue me from aliens.
Aliens?
Possible ninjas too.
Oh, okay, I'm not really all that good against ninjas. I mean, there's a reason I became a musician.
Kai, I believe in you. Kai, I need you.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. All right, I'll do it. What do we need to do?
I'm sorry, I broadcast the wrong message.
Wait, what?
Proper message from Steven. Kai, please pick up some Pepto-Bismol on your way from the studio. I am hoping to firm up my poop.
Drum, I don't think he meant for you to read that while we were on the air.
That is affirmative.
Okay. All right, well, I do appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. Please do remember technofunkboy.com/Roots Digital. The link will be in the show notes. Thank you so much for joining us today. I do appreciate it. We hope to see you again next week. In the meantime, hope you have a great week. And from everybody at the Techno Funk Boy, thanks again. We'll see you next time.
The Retro Zoo Super Show is brought to you by the Techno Funk Boy. Follow us on Twitter at Techno Funk Boy, on Facebook at the Techno Funk Boy, and sign up for our email list at technofunkboy.com. Also look for us on Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon for music. If you are so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcast catcher. If you are not so inclined, you are obviously some sort of villain trying to conquer the world. Unowned music and gameplay clips are used for educational and critical purposes. Thank you for listening. Keep gaming. And once you have responsibilities that need to be done at this time,